Governor Culver, Iowa is one of 22 states with right-to-work laws, yet the big labor unions that support your campaign would like to see you champion fair share, prevailing wage, and an expansion of collective bargaining. Would these measures be good for Iowans, especially in this economy?
Well, Arian, another good question and a difference in this race for governor. I have said since my first condition of the state speech in 2007 that I believe a governor's responsibility is to try to bring labor and management together. We want this to be the best place in America to work. We want our businesses to succeed. So I've always encouraged dialogue and discussion. I believe we can find common ground on prevailing wage, on fair share, on choosing your own doctor. I believe it's important that we try to do all we can to reform our labor laws, something Terry Branstad has said unequivocally he will have no interest in doing. Without seeing a bill, he said, any and all labor reform legislation is dead on arrival. I think that's a very narrow view for a governor. I think we should try to bring labor and management to the table. I believe in collective bargaining. I believe in the rights that hardworking men and women that belong to unions, they have a right at the table. They have a right to have the best possible workforce with good wages, workplace I should say, with good wages and good benefits, and I will continue to strike the right balance in terms of labor and management in this state. And Terry Branstad needs to tell us why he doesn't even want to talk to labor about any of these issues.
You have 1 minute, Governor Branstad.
You know, I talk a lot with labor. In fact, I think you'll be surprised at the kind of support I have from labor in this state, because they know I will listen to them and working with them, and you'll see it. But here's the thing. Prevailing wage would drive up the cost of all construction projects. You labor to try to, lobbied to try to push that through. I vetoed that back in 1984, and 9 states have repealed it. You couldn't convince 6 of the Democrats in the House of Representatives to vote for it because they knew how bad it would be for the Iowa economy. We don't need these kind of job-killing ideas going to drive up costs and drive jobs out of the state of Iowa. I will work to bring private sector jobs to Iowa and revitalize our economy as I did before. Remember, compare the results. 6.8% unemployment versus 2.5% unemployment when I left office, and we had a record number of people working. I want to do that again.
Governor Culver, a follow-up for you. At the end of the day, do you feel obligated to big labor because they do support you?
I feel obligated to fight for hardworking men and women in this state. I feel obligated to help businesses achieve their goals. Terry Branstad won't come clean on the facts here. We have successfully worked with 250 businesses in the last 36 months. They've agreed to create 20,000 jobs and invest $5.2 billion in our state. Microsoft, IBM, and Google, Forbes magazine, and others have said this is the best place in America to do business.
Thank you, Governor. We have to move on.